Well, hello. Welcome back to my channel. Joshana here to talk about some friggin' books. Very few. This is like a teeny tiny little haul slash unhaul, which I do this sometimes, like combine unhauls with hauls if it's just like a couple books in each category, because I don't feel the need to make a whole haul video if it's only like two, and same with unhauls. So first, the couple of unhauls. One of them I think I mentioned when I talked about this book in my recent wrap-up for it, where it was in there that I was going to unhaul this. Maybe I didn't, but it's probably not all that surprising if you watched the recent wrap-up, where I talked about Anatomy, a love story by Dana Schwartz. Did not dislike this book. It just wasn't one that I really loved. Definitely not one that I'm going to ever reread, so I can give it to the bookstore for hopefully someone else to enjoy. And this next unhaul is one that I liked it when I read it, and it's only a duology, and I might read the second one, but also I might not. I don't know. It's just a book that wasn't exactly my cup of tea, despite feeling like it was really well crafted, and I get why some people really love it. It just didn't really grab me all that much, and that is She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. As I said, it's part of a duology. I think the final book comes out this year, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I initially was like, it was a book that even when I read it, I was like I liked it, but I didn't like it, if that makes sense. Like, it was fine, and I see it was well crafted, and I was kind of intrigued throughout. It generally kept my interest, but also at the same time, sometimes I was kind of bored. And when I finished it, I was just like, how do I feel about this? I don't know, really. I think I gave it 3.5. Oh, I already took the book plate out. I think I gave it 3.5 or something like that. Maybe even 3.75. But it's just one that over time, like I said, I don't know that I will actually read the sequel. It's just one that hasn't stuck with me. It didn't really impact me deeply. Totally get why it has impacted some people. I think it's well worth checking out. It's very low fantasy, like hardly any like fantasy elements. It's really more of like an alternate history with some fantastical elements. It's very intriguing. Again, like I said, I think it was well crafted. I don't think I'll ever reread it, and I just don't even know if I'm going to finish the duology. So again, it's in good condition. Hopefully someone will pick it up that will end up loving it. And now on to the haul. Only 2 books for the haul as well. And one of them is actually an ARC that I got, and I'm very excited about it. So this is a proof copy, an ARC copy of The Warrior by Stephen Arion. And this comes out August 9th. This is not the full cover. I did a cover reveal for it. I will link that above. And this is the sequel to the first book, The Coward, and this is a duology, a fantasy duology. I quite enjoyed The Coward. There were elements to it that I don't want to say I didn't like. There was nothing about it I didn't like. There was nothing that I was like annoyed with or hated. There were just some elements that worked better for me than others, but I generally enjoyed it, and I am very, very curious to see what happens. The synopsis could be spoilery for the first book, so skip over this part if you plan on reading The Coward. Slightly spoilery, nothing like crazy. If you read a lot of fantasy and you like know what the premise of the first book is, the synopsis of this one probably isn't all that surprising, but some people really don't want to know anything. So, synopsis for this sequel. Bound by duty and responsibility, Kell is king only in name. Trapped in a loveless marriage, he leaves affairs of state to his wife, Sigrid. When his old friend Willow turns up asking him to go on a journey to her homeland, he can't wait to leave. The malice, a malevolent poison that alters everything it infects, runs rampant across Willow's homeland. Desperate to find a cure, her cousin Ravi is willing to try a dark ritual which could damn her people forever. Journeying to a distant land, Kell and his companions must stop Ravi before it's too late. While Kell is away, Reverend Mother Britak's plans come to a head. Queen Sigrid must find a way to protect her family and her nation, but against such a ruthless opponent, something has to give. So yeah, as I suspected, this one opens up the world a lot more, and we get to know more about Sigrid, which I was very excited for. So yeah, can't wait for this. And then the other hauled book, I know I have some pre-orders, but I don't think they're coming out anytime particularly soon. I don't know. At any rate, this is from the Fairy Loot adult fantasy book only box that I was getting, and that is Book of Night by Holly Black. I'm sure you've probably seen. This is a book that it wasn't on my radar. Last month's book was City of Dusk, which was on my radar. It wasn't necessarily one that I had on my list of like anticipated releases, but it was one where I had heard some people talking about, and I was kind of like, I'm intrigued. So that one I'm excited about. This one I'm kind of like, I've been hearing pretty negative things about it, and also it just wasn't really on my radar at all. And, you know, it's got the sprayed edges, it has the ribbon bookmark, and it has artwork on the end pages, and the naked cover I think is so pretty, and it's like this kind of smooth material. I don't know, I just think this is really beautiful. The back of it has like a quote on it. This is so pretty, I think. But this dust jacket, I don't, it's literally just the book cover but all black. And then mine came like, it's very loose, and it came kind of like disheveled. Like this is how it came in the thing. I mean, and you know, you can only protect a dust jacket so much during shipping, I guess, but it's like all like scuffed up and like bent. It almost seems cut weird. Like you can see that it, like the slicer, you know, when you're slicing paper and it like catches and doesn't slice cleanly, that's what it's like. It's like it didn't get sliced cleanly, and it's a little like whatever. Anyway, so I actually have ended up canceling my Fairy Loot adult. I don't do book boxes ever, really. The only reason I was doing that one is because of the potential to get really cool editions of adult books, and because it didn't have all the like knickknacks and stuff. It was just the book, which I appreciate. But like, I'm not super duper impressed, I guess, with them. Even the City of Dusk one, I think it's pretty, but it's just like inverted colors, right? Again, I think this naked one is beautiful. Same with the City of Dusk one. But like the dust jackets they're doing, I just don't love. And I think it's more so for me that it's like books that I wasn't itching to get. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of like, okay, I guess. And they're not like changing the covers all that much on the dust jackets. I hate dust jackets anyways. I wish we could just do the naked hardcovers all the time. But anyway, so yeah, there's that. I don't even know what this is about. What the fuck? I truly don't even know. Oh, this is so long. A modern dark fantasy of betrayals, cabals, and a dissolute thief of shadows in the vein of Neil Gaiman and Aaron Morgenstern. All right. Magic, dark magic. Sounds like urban fantasy. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll like it, but like I said, I've heard not great things about it so far. And yeah, that's all. Like I said, I know I have some pre-orders coming, but I don't know when. But yeah, that's all for now. So as always, thank you so much for your time. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.